Ugh.
All right, your turn.
Well,
It's also your turn to play too.
yeah, I know. I was just readjusting my headset. So when last we left me, um, I was working at McDonald's,
hmm
and I had, this is stuff I'm kind of more comfortable talking about now.
hmm
Um, I had just gotten out of the hospital. Um, in February, some bad shit went down, and like I don't want to get into too many specifics, but bad shit went down, and I basically ended up in the hospital.
Shit happens.
Yeah, and so I was out of work for about 2 months, or 6 weeks to 2 months. I'm not quite sure how. That's dumb, isn't it? I'm not quite sure how long. It was at least 6 weeks, right?
Yeah,
So
about that.
So I get back out in March, and I'm back at work, and things are going well for a while, and then gradually it kind of just started to get worse, and I, just mentally, it just, things got worse, and things got harder to control, and I didn't necessarily end up back in the proper hospital. I ended up back in outpatient. And because I basically got scared and I needed to leave, and I was like, yeah, I can't be here. And so I took some time to think about it and think about, okay, so I went in the hospital in February, I got out in March, and then I had to go back in July. Okay, well, not worth it. So after a lot of thinking and soul searching, and I had my fingers on the wrong keys, after some thinking and soul searching, I decided to leave my job without having another job lined up, because the initial idea I had was either, stay there and just try to find another job, and once I found another job, wow, dude, find another job and then leave. Or transfer to a different store. Once I kind of realized that transferring would basically, it might have alleviated the initial problems, but the freedom and respect I would have had to rebuild
Yeah.
was because I had a lot of flexibility because they knew I was dealing with stuff. Why didn't I jump? Buttons, please. And so they had a lot of respect and flexibility knowing I was dealing with stuff going into a different environment.
Not quite as willing to accommodate.
Yeah, it would be a gamble, basically. It's, oh, I need to go home because of this previous problem, and being McDonald's, I don't know if that environment would have been conducive. So I decided on Wednesday to leave. I quit. And I left on good terms. They didn't... I've always been a good worker regardless of wherever... Are you kidding me? Regardless of wherever I've gone in life, I've always been a good worker. People have always respected what I do and the work I put in. So I left on good terms, but my boss kept saying, if you want to come back, if you want to come back, if you want to come back. And no. So now I get to figure out probably what I should have been trying to figure out when I left college, which is, what exactly do I want to do with life?
Isn't that the question?
Because, yes, I do have, a broadcasting background. Really, Cameron? Seriously. I have a broadcasting background, but broadcasting is more stressful than McDonald's.
Yeah.
So the issue becomes, do I want to go into an environment where I know going in it's going to be more stressful than a job I just left because it was stressful? Not really. So then that kind of leaves me kind of in a spot, because
It's like, so now what?
Like, okay, so you can go back to school for education, but that doesn't really appeal to me. You can go back to school to try to do something with the fact that I absolutely adore math, which would be math education or accounting or finance, but I don't know if I want to go back to school yet again to spend more money on something else I'm not sure I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Because I went back to school for broadcasting, and I didn't use it. So my concern with myself is if I go back to school and I don't use it, that's how much more time.
It's just more wasted time and money when
I could try to get into some entry-level job that doesn't need prior experience, that kind of wants to go into that kind of accounting, finance kind of vibe. There we go. We got rid of him.
You got this. You got this.
And try to go that way, or what people have been saying for quite a while is I can try a temp agency. That's another viable option. We're going to jump now. What? Are you kidding me? I pressed the fucking button.
Blame it on the keyboard, because you can.
I know. Or I can do a temp agency. The issue with this is I haven't really needed to work all that hard in my life to get opportunities. And now I have to.
Yeah.
Which is very, very scary. Because I've never had to put that effort forward before. And now I have to put an effort forward to try to package myself and try to make myself into this nice, presentable thing that people want to hire. And I don't have a lot of confidence in that. I know I can do a job once I get there. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how to convince somebody that I'm worth hiring.
Yep.
And trying to work through the insecurities of that.
Finding a job is like nothing but rejection, and if you're not prepared to deal with that, it's just so...
I know.
It's so discouraging, you know.
I know, I get that, but just...
I made it one monster further.
I'm just really scared.
Well, it is scary, and... It's hard.
Tough because, like, part of me would go back to school if I thought I was going to use it, but I don't trust myself with that.
Yeah.
Like, and I need to trust... I'm trying to trust my instincts a little bit more. And if my gut's kind of telling me going back to another couple of years of schooling wouldn't get me anywhere, then I'm going to try to avoid it.
Yeah. Also...
I guess I'm just disappointed in myself that the stuff I studied I'm not using. I feel like I've wasted it.
Yeah.
Like I've wasted a good chunk of money studying something that I may come back to someday, but then I'm going to be out of practice with it, and there are going to be other people coming out of school who aren't going to be rusty, who are going to be more hireable. So now, it's like... I don't know. I'm just really scared.
No, come on, I can do this.
Oh, it's a good point. You can...
Oh!
Catch the fucking switch.
I'm sorry, I tried. Anyway, it's hard.
Yeah, and it's a huge leap of faith to leave and no, I don't have anything else lined up.
And it isn't very comforting, you know, everyone says, well, nobody uses their, degree. No, can't make no... It's not very comforting to hear that, even though if you're told, oh, well, everyone does that, and, you know, most people don't know what they want to do, and that kind of thing. It doesn't help you.
When there's so much pressure in school to figure out what you want to do before you leave school.
Yeah. And it's...
Like, there's all this pressure and things, you know, like... When I started college, music teacher. That was what the goal was. That's what it was.
That was the plan, and
that was the plan. And then it wasn't the plan anymore. I got to the point where I needed to start taking education classes, and I was like, you know what? thinking within myself, I don't think I am mature enough to be able to handle the responsibilities of being a teacher. I think my emotional maturity level is not there. So I had to respect myself at that point.
No.
To know that emotionally I was not ready to teach. And then it was like, well, emotionally I'm not ready to deal with full-time broadcasting. So then the question becomes, well, if I trained in this stuff and I'm not emotionally ready to deal with that, what am I emotionally ready to deal with?
Pretty much. Did you see that skill there?
Yeah,
that was pretty
actually quite good. Good job.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Which is tough because then it makes me feel bad about myself. Like, what can I, if I can't deal with this stuff and I know what I'm doing, then can I deal with stuff I don't know what I'm doing? And then, like, I knew how to do McDonald's, but then I want to hurt myself. So it's like,
yeah. So, complicated mess of things.
Yeah, it is. But I have to, first and foremost, I have to protect myself.
Yeah.
I have to protect my mental well-being.
You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anything else.
Exactly. And leaving was essentially a decision of taking care of myself.
Yep.
And, you know, everyone who means something to me in my life is supportive of that decision. So, not that, like, my friends and stuff, but, like, you know, like my family and my super duper 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 close friends or whatever.
I get the same way, because I feel like I failed if the plan changed, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I failed myself, and I failed those people who are, you know, my support crew, you know, even though they don't see it that way, I feel like I failed them.
Right. I'm feeling that same way.
So, what I found helps a little bit is thinking about it instead of you had to quit, it's you made a decision about it. I try and frame it as like a decision rather than I couldn't do it.
Right.
You know, realizing your limits is a decision. It's not failing to do something. It's realizing that for your health, it's better to make the decision to leave rather than the decision to continue.
Right. Right, because
it's not really failure. It's deciding these things.
It wasn't like I left because I couldn't do my job. Mm-hmm. Like, if I left because I couldn't do my job, like, literally do it. Mm-hmm. Not, like, you know, in a figurative sense, but, like, literally I could not do my job. You know, and some things came up in regards to, you know, diagnosis of various things that came up that kind of changed the game, too. Yeah. Where basically I had gone undiagnosed for my entire life of something that's kind of a big deal to figure out the diagnosis early of.
Yep.
So, like, where I could have been all this time with that diagnosis, working on how to deal with it, working on how to frame things, working on how to... And it's just because I was smart, but I wasn't smart enough. I kind of just slipped through. You know, it didn't matter that I was able to pick things up quickly and that I should have been challenged. Because, like, I'm still bitter about the fact that there was a gifted math class I could have been in middle school, but because the class was full, they couldn't let me in.
Yeah.
And the fact that I spent math class being bored and just was, like, sitting there and, like, spending...
It's like, why do I even care?
Spending a couple of days on long division when I had taught my class, 4th grade class, long division, and was actually recognized later as, hey, weren't you that one who taught us all long division in 4th grade? In high school, somebody said, hey, weren't you in my 4th grade class? Yeah, weren't you the one who taught us all long division? Yeah, pretty much. You know, and that was just frustrating to not be challenged. And then I've kind of been realizing that I know this is super scary. I've been realizing that does
Okay.
that go down or does that stay there?
I'm
Please
fine.
tell me that's okay. That stays.
Please
there.
don't kill me.
And
My heart.
I've been realizing that pattern of being rewarded for not working very hard has kind of come back to bite me in the ass. Because now I have to work hard. And I don't know how to do it.
My heart. I can't take it. Oh.
Okay. Mush. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I can do this.
Okay, he's gonna go onto that platform with you.
Yep. Shut up.
Sorry.
I hate you. No, I'm talking to the dry bones. I was telling him to shut up when I meant to die.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Oh my god! Feather, boss door.
Why is there no checkpoint here? Oh.
Okay, you got this.
Oh.
Oh no, I hate this one.
Mm.
Okay.
Got one.
Oh, you need 3. Shit.
Nope. No! Okay. We're at 16 minutes, so I think you'll go one more time and then we'll go get lives.
Yeah. We'll go get lives off screen though.
Oh, my heart, though.
Wow, that was really far. Good job. That was incredible.
Well, I do better at that part than I do with the Kamek magic, as you notice.
Yeah.
It's the Kamek magic that gets us. Anyway.
Yeah, like this part I'm decent at, I just can't do the platforming afterwards. Like this part I can figure out.
I found holding up while swimming helps a lot.
No, I want to...
You want to get the checkpoint.
I do. Okay. No, I
Nope.
can't. Oh my god, I was trying to mash and it wouldn't work.
It's
Okay. Time to get
Okay.
lives again.
Time to get lives. We'll be back.